Hello, HUD House Hunters. It's Donnie Corum with ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Listen, guys, it's the second week of December, but it is still amazingly warm outside, and it's a great opportunity to get out and find your house. Even going to the Christmas season, if you buy something today, you'll close just after December at this point, so you could be moving in early January if you act now. Now, here's a great example. We're standing in front of 6815 Timm Court. This is a 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage home with 2,100 finished square footage in the Stetson Hills area. So kind of the southern tip of Stetson Hills, roughly I'd say North Carefree and Peterson area. Now, normal retail for homes in this area is about $195,000 to $200,000, but this one is a lot cheaper. I'll tell you at the end of the video. Come on in, let's take a look at 6815 Timm. We're inside 6815 Timm Court. And as you can see here, this is a bi-level style home with a complete finished basement. Now, when we walk into the great room here, you have your living room space, nice high vaulted ceilings. And what really stands out with this house is the size and the number of windows here. Lots of space, lots of natural light. It feels very open, very airy. It's a pretty good sized house, but I think the windows really take advantage of that fact. So here we are in the living room. We wander this direction. We're basically in the dining room now, so you'd set your dining table out here. Now, they did a lot of fancy stuff with the paint. They put a textured surface here. They've got kind of a faux texture going there. So a repainting may be in order. There's a lot of design elements that you may want to cover up and personalize with your own design elements. But not a big deal to add a little paint to this thing, especially considering the equity gain. So here we are in the kitchen area. Now this is a galley style kitchen. I've got cabinets to either side of me here. This is where the fridge would be located if it had a fridge. It does have all the other appliances though. So you got your stove, your dishwasher, the hood here. All you need to basically do on this thing is add the fridge and you should be good to go on that, plus the microwave. Cabinets are in pretty good shape, no complaints there. Countertops are a little bit dated, but I will tell you, I saw a product, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's at Home Depot, where you could actually resurface this cabinet. So for about $100 or so, it's a paint, and I had my doubts until I actually saw it in action on one of our flips. It looks amazing. We'll talk about that in great depth later, but it'll allow you to basically recoat this surface, give this an all brand new feel, very inexpensively, just takes a little bit of your time. So consider that for the cabinets. Here we are in the, I guess we'll call this the informal living room. And what's great about this is you got French doors that take you to the backyard area. Again, huge bright open windows here. And this would be a great place to set your TV, either above the mantle here in the fireplace, or maybe in the corner off to the side here, and then set the couch on the opposing side. But it is a nice open room. This could be the family room, a good place to hang out with the kids, just enjoy the weather. And you can see a lot of the weather from this because you've got huge windows here letting in a lot of natural light, letting you see the outer portion of the world there. So here we are in the living room. From here, we're going to head upstairs and check out the bedrooms and baths. Come along. Heading upstairs at 6815 Timm Court. And you got 3 bedrooms on the upper level and no bedrooms in the basement. They just put a half bath on that. Now, we're not actually going to film the basement because it's pitch dark down there and there's no electricity on the property. So we're just going to show you the upstairs, the backyard, and we'll call it a day. But let's get started. We're going to look at the room number 1 here is just behind you here. And as you can see, the paint's in pretty good shape. The carpet's in pretty good shape. They replaced some of the windows with new vinyl and some of them are still wood clad. The wood ones obviously are going to be a little bit older, so you may want to replace those. But the bedroom itself is in pretty good shape. I mean, carpet's nice. The paint job is, it's a decent color. You got the 6-panel doors on it already. So not a ton of stuff to do as far as a remodel goes for this room. Secondary room number 2, about the same size. And as you can see, a lot of the same stuff. You might repaint it a little bit, but the carpet looks okay. It's got the wood-clad windows once again. So the only major replacement I'm making to the rooms at this point, guys, is the paint and perhaps the window. Other than that, these things are pretty much good to go. From there, we head on over to the master bedroom, which is this direction here. On the way, though, there's one bathroom, on the upper level. And besides missing the mirror that usually goes there, it doesn't need a whole heck of a lot. It's got vinyl floors, which are okay. Nice surround on the shower. Not much to do there at all. Ton of equity to be gained despite that fact, though. So here we are in the master bedroom. The master is a decent sized. It's got a closet space and of course a dedicated master bath. Now they added a wainscoting here throughout the the border, and that usually looks pretty good. I actually really enjoy that. They did a good job on that. Not sure we need to pull that off. It's a nice high vaulted ceiling as well, so it really makes the room a lot more spacious. It feels very open. From there, you want to take a look at the master bath. So you've got your dual master sink set up. You've got a nice sized tub there, and you actually have is it a separate? No separate shower on this one. This is all one inclusive. This will be a 4-piece master instead of the usual 5-piece on that, but still pretty spacious and excellent value for the price point that this thing is listed at. So again, as I mentioned, on top of the square footage you've seen, you've got a completely finished basement with a nice great room and another bathroom in that level. So you could use that as another bedroom if you wanted, just make the whole basement a room. We're not going to film that today because it is very dark down there and you won't get anything out of it. So we are going to check out the backyard on Timm, and then we'll get you going. Come along. We're out back at 6815 Timm Court. Now, it's a decent sized yard. It's not super large. Right off in the distance there, that is Barnes that you can see over there. So just to give you an idea on where we're located, we're really closer to Barnes and Peterson, kind of between Powers and Peterson. So great access if you're heading to Peterson Air Force Base. Pretty easy to hop on the Powers corridor from here and get down to Carson. And generally speaking, just a nice centralized location. You've got this giant tree here in the back of this property. We don't see a lot of mature landscaping out east, so this is a real nice thing to have in your own backyard, literally, on the Timm property. Let's talk figures and get you rolling. We're at 6815 Timm Court. Now, this is a 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 2-car garage home with about 2,100 square feet of living space. General retail in this Stetson Hills area for this square footage is about 200 grand, maybe 195 to 200. You can buy this home right now, guys, for $170,000. What that means is you're gaining $30,000 worth of equity right out of the gate just for doing some very, very minor cosmetic work on an otherwise really nice home. So how do you get involved? Well, head out to Colorado-SpringsForeclosureDeals.com. We are still the leading resource for finding the best deals on foreclosed homes in and around the Colorado Springs area, but you got to jump on board, guys. Rates hit 3%. We have VA loans going at a 3%, 30-year fixed rate right now. That cannot and will not last. Guys, I know I've been saying that for a while, but I'm telling you, next stop is an increase in rates. So if you want to get a great deal and pick up an amazing interest rate, now is the time to get on board. Give us a call at the number on the screen. Hop online at ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com, but whatever you do, join up and join up quickly. With that, this is Donnie Corum with ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.